I have a problem. I have one UPS with one USB port and two computers that I need to shut down if there's a power failure. But there is a solution. The other day we had an ice storm in Montreal. Some people got power failures, we got some serious brownouts. So it got me thinking. How can I make sure everything shuts down properly if I have a power failure? Let me explain the setup.
Okay, let's start with what most people have. In my case, it's a Mac Mini. Most people will connect this to a wall plug, expecting to have constant clean power. If there's a power failure, and the Mac is in the middle of writing something to the disk, or it hasn't had the chance to do an ordered shutdown, we have a problem.
I know it sounds dramatic, but turning off a computer without letting it shut down properly can damage the file system and quite possibly the hardware itself.
So, the simplest solution is to add a UPS, or uninterruptible power supply. It essentially runs your devices off a battery. The UPS is plugged into the wall outlet, and all the critical devices are plugged into the UPS. Many UPSs, such as the one I own, have a single USB port that will notify the computer of a power failure. But I don't store my data on the Mac. I have an external NAS, or network attached storage, for all of my data. This includes photos, video footage, files, and anything I want to keep. The model I have is made by QNAP. Herein lies the problem. If there's a power failure, and the power hasn't returned within a predetermined period of time, the UPS instructs the Mac to shut down. But the NAS is unaware of the power failure. If the power doesn't return and the battery runs out, the NAS will grind to a halt. We have a problem. So, let me think. What's more important to me? The data. The NAS is the most important device, since it contains all my data. I connect that to the UPS with the USB link. But now the Mac is vulnerable. Fortunately, the QNAP NAS has the ability of informing up to 4 other devices that there is a power failure. How does it do this? Through the network. It uses a utility and protocol known as NUT, or Network UPS Tools. It's a free software package that must be installed on the Mac. But wait! The network is useless unless it is also connected to the UPS. Now, if there's a power failure, the USB connection informs the NAS. The NAS then informs the other devices on the network. If power hasn't returned in the pre-configured amount of time, the NAS proceeds to an ordered shutdown. The data is safe. As it's shutting down, it informs the other devices on the network to shut down as well. The Mac shuts down properly and everything is safe. You can turn everything back on manually once the power returns.
To download and configure the NUT software, do the following.
Go to networkupstools.org. Click on Download, then on Binary Packages, and finally on Fink. Select the stable distribution for your operating system, scroll down, and download the main archive, the libraries, and the USB drivers. So click here, we download, go to the libraries, scroll down, download, go back, libraries, scroll down and download, go back, scroll down and download. Once you've downloaded the binaries, extract them using your favorite decompression software. You also have to decompress the tar files. And there is your software. I copied the files directly through the Finder. I placed mine in user local. I created a subdirectory called UPS and installed the software there. sbin is where we've got the UPS mon daemon. Etc. is where I put the configuration file. The configuration is where it gets tricky. I created a user called UPS and then ran a terminal command to hide this user from the system preferences. The command is sudo dscl create /users /UPS in this case is hidden and 1. Now, don't worry about all these commands and configuration files. I'll put a copy of them on my blog with a link down below. The important file that you need to work on is upsmon.conf. This is the configuration file for the daemon. What you have to set is right here, run as user UPS. This is the user that we created before. Then it's this line down here, monitor, and then it's the user QNAP UPS. This is a pre-configured user created in the QNAP network attached storage device. You put its IP address, 1, upsmon, which is the name of the daemon, and 123456 as a password. This is not to worry for security. This is it's a read-only user. And identify that this machine is going to be a slave. Now you're done with this part of the configuration. The next tough portion is to configure the daemon to run on startup. Remember where you placed the upsmon executable. Mine is in user, local, UPS, sbin, and there it is, upsmon. In the directory, library/launch daemons, create a file with a name like org.networkupstools.nut.plist and enter the information that you see here. Now again, don't worry, I've put all this information on my blog with a link below. The important part is to properly enter the location of the upsmon executable right here. The final step is to execute the following line. Sudo launchctl load /library/launch daemons /org.networkupstools.nut.plist and hit enter.
You're done. Now restart your Mac, and next time there's a power failure, everything will shut down properly. You can now sleep well at night. Thanks for viewing. As always, hit the like button or subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Whew, that was a lot of work. I need a nap.